everyone, you're welcome to this edition of Tutorial Lecture on your channel, Mass Communication Naija. My name is Toluwalashe Ogundele. On today's edition, we shall be looking into the 15 important tips in writing feature article. The 15 important tips in writing feature article. As you all know that feature writing requires a special skill. It is quite different from writing a straight news story. You are focusing on the 5 W's and H. But in feature article, it requires an in-depth analysis of some data, and likewise, you make use of fact and figure. Okay, and what differentiates a feature article from a feature writing from a news story is that feature article takes a very long space in newspaper page. It is very in-depth and lengthy compared to that of a straight news story. So we are looking into the 15 important tips in writing the feature article. The first one is focus on human interest. Whenever you want to write a feature article, you must write something that centers on human interest. It must be from a human interest angle. That is what people want to hear, what people want to read about. Okay, the kind of emotion and feelings you input in writing the feature articles will determine the effect it's going to have on the audience. Okay, so you must write it in such a way that it will interest the readers. Okay, don't forget, you are not writing the article for yourself. Okay, you are writing it for some set of people. So whenever you are writing such article, you must ensure that it arouses the reading interest of the readers. Then number 2 is be clear about why you are writing the article. You must have intention. Okay, why are you writing that article? Don't forget, we have different types of feature article. We have expose or alama. We have a narrative feature article. We have what other one? How to do it yourself, travelogue, and so many others. So why are you writing the article? You must have intention. Okay, you may be writing your article to correct a particular is. Of course, when you want to correct a particular wrong, that means you are writing an expose or alama. Okay, we call it expose or alama. So you must have the intention. You must be clear about why you want to write the article. You don't just pick up your pen and paper and start writing anything because you want to write a feature article. You get? So you must definitely have intention. You must be clear of the reason why you want to write that feature article. Then the third one, accuracy. Accuracy is key in feature article. You don't just compose a particular story and you want people to believe it is real. Okay, you must be accurate. You must give a figures, numbers, name, date. Everything about it must be accurate, must be perfect. You can interpret, but do not fudge. What do I mean by fudge? That is, you must not conceal any truth. Okay, you must say everything the way it is. You must be accurate. Then the fourth one is keep your audience clearly in mind. You know, while you are writing your article, you may have your target audience to be the women or possibly the youth. Okay, your audience has to be determined where you are writing a feature article. Okay, you must identify who your audience are and their level of education. Sometimes, okay, possibly definitely somebody who will read a feature article must have at least a little education. Okay, say secondary. The person must be able to read and understand. Okay, so you must consider the level of your readers. Okay, are they the one who can read who can read very difficult article, or there are those who you should just you have to just break down your words for. Okay, some people, many people do not will not be interested in stories or articles. They will have to go into their dictionary and start looking for difficult words and others. So you must keep your audience clearly in mind. You must know your audience. Then the fifth one is your interview has to be in depth. Unlike that of straightforward news, the interview in straightforward news, if it is not investigative story, the interview are usually shallow. But in feature article, it has to be in depth. Okay, it must be critically analyzed. You must make sure your interview is in depth. You go extra mile in your interview. Whosoever you are interviewing, you make the person feel that you are interviewing, not just that you just ask a simple question like what is your name, or the question that the person will be able to provide a yes or no answer to it. No, you must be able to ask a question that your interviewee will be able to expand or say something about it, not just a yes or no response. So it has to be in depth. Then the sixth one is use anecdotes and direct quotes. What do I mean by anecdote? That is short, amusing incidents about a person or a place. Okay, short, amusing statements about a particular person or an event. So make sure you use an interesting statement to begin your feature story. Okay, and that will interest the readers. As well, use direct quotes. Whenever you make use of interview at the course of writing your feature article, you must make sure you use direct quotes. And the seventh one says talk to more than one person. You have to talk to more than just a person so that you can have a full and complete picture of what you are writing on. Okay, you interview several people, as many as possible persons you can interview. Talk to them. You can interview them, get more information, and with that you'll be able to expand your write-up. Okay, likewise it will provide you informations or quotations. Let me say that. Okay, it can provide you quotations. You make use of direct quotes. You quote in your write-up. Then the eighth one says don't rely on computer spell checker. Make sure you check through your write-up. Ensure that all words are written correctly. Every statement are written correctly. You must check your article word for word. Don't just depend on computer spell checker. Ensure you check thoroughly yourself and ensure those words are correct. Then the ninth one says decide on tense of your story at the start and stick to it. The tense you want to make use of must be determined before you start writing your article. Okay, the moment you start making use of a particular tense, for example, you have been using your present tense from the beginning of your article, and you now get to a particular point, you start making use of another tense, say past tense. No, you must decide on the tense you want to make use of from the beginning of your article, and you must stick to it till the end. Make sure you make use of the tense throughout your write-up. For example, the present tense is a very good tense you can make use of while writing a feature article. Then the 10th one, avoid verbosity. What do I mean by verbosity? That is make use of long statements, while you can use a very simple statement to represent what you have said. Okay, that is what we mean by verbosity. So you have to avoid lengthy and complex paragraphs. So you must be concise. Avoid very lengthy and complex paragraphs. For example, wordiness. There's what we will call wordiness. Okay, and wordiness means when you want to make a statement you have to make a very short statement you can make, then you start extending it using different words as much as possible. Okay, for example, you want to say we have learned that the lecture will come to an end soon. Then you now start saying we have come to the understanding and cognizance that the lecture will be brought to termination in no distant future. Look at how long the distance the statement is, when you can easily say we have learned that the lecture will come to an end soon. So you must avoid verbosity. Then the 11th one says watch, read, listen, keep up to date, take note, and talk to people outside the field to find what interests or concerns them. You must watch. Okay, if you want to be a writer, you must read, you must watch, you must listen, and you must be updated. Ensure you are always updated. You know the current trend, you know what is going on around. Okay, and that will even help you to determine what you are writing about. So you must watch, you must read, you must listen, you must keep up, you must keep up to date, you must be updated. The 12th point says Write clear and concise statements. So you have to sprinkle direct quotations, observation, and additional background throughout the story. Your sentences must be clear, must be simple, and must be concise. Okay, paragraphs should be written in order of importance or chronologically. It must be in order according to their importance. Then the 13th one says use thread. You have to ensure that you make sure your lead connects with the body and also connects with the ending. It must have the same thread because a feature generally runs longer than the story. So you must maintain the same thread. You must maintain the same thread. Then the 14th one says use transition. So to connect paragraph, you make use of transitional voice, paraphrases, and direct quotation. So to ensure to link up your points, your facts, and your paragraphs. So you can make use of transitional words such as however, more so, in addition, in conclusion, and so many others that you can make use of. And the last one says avoid euphemism. What do I mean by euphemism? Euphemism means using humble, pleasant words to replace unpleasant situation. For example, you want to say somebody that you said, hey, the man passed away. Okay, you will discover that actually blurs the meaning of what you actually means. Another example is when you want to say somebody is fat, you say somebody is heavy. Instead of saying something is cheap, you said it is economical. So you discover that the actual meaning is not indicated. That will wrap it up in this edition of Tutorial Lecture Series. Stay tuned to Mass Communication Naija for another interesting edition. Any questions from this lecture, please subscribe and drop at the comment section. Goodbye.